This will get me some backlash, but it's just my personal opinion. I don't think male idols are ugly because most of them are more beautiful than me and I am a woman. But that's the thing. I don't mean to sound like a local, but the male idols debuting recently look like they came straight out of an anime or manga, and I am not here for it. I'm personally not attracted to the Ricky from Zero Base 1 look, but hey, that's probably just me. And don't get me started on the goofy styling with male idols recently. I'm not vibing with the stage outfits either. I think the furthest my attraction goes is to second-gen male idols like Lee Minho from SHINee is so scrumptious, but they don't make male idols like that anymore. They just don't. There was so many bad attitude scandals in K-pop in recent fourth-gen groups. Mainly with IVE's Lizzo. And don't mistake this as me excusing bad attitude because the idol is young. But I am 17, and when I was 13 up until the age of 15 or 16 I was an asshole. I had a bad day every second day when I was a younger teenager, and when I look back on it I realize that I was just sensitive to every little damn thing that happened, and that's just what happens when you're a teenager. Just because a teenager debuts as an idol doesn't mean they skip that part of puberty and immediately become an adult. It doesn't work like that, and I think it's time for y'all to understand that. And yes, I get that those idols are old enough to understand that they can't behave in a disrespectful manner, but most teenagers just don't give an F, and that's the truth. This only applies to solo stans that don't hate on the remaining members of the group. There are many solo stans that like only one member of a group and aren't particularly interested in the rest of the group. We only got the impression that all solo stans are bad and always hate the rest of the group because of dumb TikTok trolls, but we don't get to hear from a lot of solo stans that still have respect for the rest of the group, and to me that is totally fine. It's not that serious as people make it out to be. If you're a solo stan that doesn't give a what about the rest of the group, you do you, because realistically what is anyone gonna do? No one's gonna eat you for it, so stan whoever you wanna stan. Y'all saw Illit and LesserafIm encores and then based the entire 4th and 5th generation off them. But y'all forget that ITZY, aespa, gidle, Stacy, and NMIX are all 4th gen too, and their vocals are amazing. And let's not forget about Kiss of Life and Baby Monster in 5th gen. K-pop companies still care about vocals. They just have a bigger focus on choreographies now too. Some of y'all villainize those 2 generations so much that I actually feel bad for the talented groups that debuted in them. I say this only because we saw Sakura in Eyes 1. LeSserafim's concept is so different from what Sakura was used to. I don't think that the rebellious, fearless concept the LesserafIm has fits Sakura well. Especially since they enforced that image onto themselves and imposed it into their music. The vocal range is a lot lower rather than high, which suits Sakura's voice best. Sakura fits a more girly and soft concept. She has the looks and voice for it, and I just simply don't think she is made for LeSserafim's concept. The songs that LeSserafim made that I think suited Sakura most were Sour Grapes, Perfect Night, and the Swan Song. They're all softer and more fun and girly concept that Sakura blended in so much better with. But even with all that being said, LeSserafim wouldn't be the same if Sakura wasn't there. But I also don't think she adds that much to the group, to the point that if they debuted without her in the first place I'd feel that there is something missing. And this isn't to hate on her, I just don't think she fits that baddie image they slap onto LeSserafim. This one is kind of self-explanatory, but it seems like every time a group releases a song that fans think is pretty mediocre, fans will always call it an experimental song. It's common enough that K-pop fans won't admit that they don't like a song from their faves, but just because the group released a song that is just not as good as their previous releases doesn't mean it's experimental. Not every K-pop song is a hit, and it's okay to say that. I think some K-pop fans forget that being an idol is a job. K-pop idols don't pick the members they debut with. So it's funny to me that some of y'all think saying that a group acts more like coworkers rather than friends is an insult. Cause I don't know, maybe they are coworkers. I know that's a crazy concept that's hard for some fans to understand. But it's the truth. They're not just a bunch of friends from school that decided they wanted to become a K-pop group together. And some groups are also rushed so much to debut that when the idols start training at different times, they barely even get to know each other before they debut together.